Greetings people, this is Top Cat Jimmy and thank you for tuning in to my channel and for viewing this video. Check this out. Before we get into the video, I've prefaced it with some other video footage including this one. So I have been in the middle of building my own garage. I am in Chicagoland. It's in the middle of December and I'm still building it. Is because I have run into some setbacks along the way. I'm still determined to get that job finished though and get that garage built. So this is some of today's footage and that kind of explains as to why I'm still in my work clothes. But you know what? I did what I did today as far as my work goes, and I wanted to come down to my studio and try to get something done here today too besides. So let's get on with the video. Thanks for tuning in. Good seeing you again, and see you next time. Let's get on with the video. Okay, I moved a lot of snow just now. Yes, this is Top Cat Jimmy's snow removal from one place to the next. You're not really removing it, just moving it around. Anyway, let's go over here and check this out. Oh, I still my coffee. Okay, well, iced coffee now. Let's see here. Actually, that tastes pretty good. Yeah. All right, that's my Starbucks Keurig 2.0 coffee K-cup. Anyway, let's check this out here. I'm going to bring you around. Yeah, I know I'm just showing the ground right now, but anyway, just want to turn it around, make sure that we get a good view. Okay, let's go around here. I'm going to have to move this here. Got a little bit to say though. Now this area I cleared here for a work area, okay, and then moved all the snow. And this area I cleared out so that I can move the materials over here. Here we are. You know what? I'm not going to be able to move these materials today. The temperature is dropping. The temperature is wow, it's gotten really cold. So anyway, I'm going to turn this camera around. Okay, here we are, and okay, now I have to get rid of that wheelbarrow of snow over there. You just seen. I'm going to move that in the back. Anyway, this should pretty much sum up the day. Hopefully I got myself in the camera this time. I noticed a lot of my videos, all of a sudden you see me from here down. But anyway, that's because this is a camera phone, and sometimes I have it reflecting towards me from the monitor, sometimes I don't. And anyway, well, I'm going to go in now, and after I empty the snow, the wheelbarrow snow over there, and put my tools away, and I'm going to call it a day and go in and get me something warm to drink. Savoir-faire is everywhere. Jacques Cousteau here. Anyway, no. Alright, just Top Cat Jimmy, and I feel like I'm in the Arctic. Anyway, my beard and mustache is frozen to a degree. And okay, I got a lot shoveled, cleared out of the way, made room for a work area, also made room to move my materials, okay, elsewhere other than where they're at, as I mentioned. And so I'm going to turn it around. Oh yeah, because I had to shovel up all that dirt and I moved around the back of the garage. And I'm going to be able to at least pull into this carport, you know, move the car in the carport, you know, when it's parked here, because it'll be out of the snow when it snows. Okay, at least that much, right? All right, let's see, just check this out. Anyway, God bless you, stay warm. All right, this is Top Cat Jimmy signing off, and I'll be back to work tomorrow, because tomorrow is when I'm going to go ahead and move those materials right out here in this area right there, okay? And I'll do it when the sun is up in the sky more again. So anyways, Top Cat Jimmy signing off. God bless you. See you next time. All right. Adios. Okay, here I am in my studio this evening after working today. And after working today, I came in and there was a nice dinner prepared. And you know what? Even though it was a very nice dinner, I did not even have an appetite, probably from being exhausted. However, wanted to honor, and so, the fact that my lady, she made dinner, and I said, I'll have a little bit of everything. So I ended up getting a full plate and seeing what I could eat, and it was so delicious that I ate a full meal after all, and it was totally good. Anyway, right after that, well, actually, while we were having dinner, we like to go in and sit down and watch TV, as we're sitting at our chairs and, have our TV dinner trays out, and we like to watch TV. So we were watching the Andy Griffith Show, a couple episodes of that. Then, anyway, I decided I want to come down to the studio and see what I can get into here, and I had an inspiration to go ahead and bring up my DAW, and I am using Acoustica MIXCRAFT7. I got this, if my memory serves me correctly, probably a few months ago. Now I have, used Magic's Music Maker 2016, and I created about 4 songs on that, did about 5 total though. 4 of my created of my own, and then I found out about Acoustica MIXCRAFT7. I also got the Pro Tools finally, but when I can find time, which is seldom, I need to go back, and I'm attempting to learn and become familiar with Pro Tools. And anyway, I found Acoustica MIXCRAFT7 because about 3 different times I have done searches for what are the top 10, top 20 DAWs out there. And it's interesting that each time that I've done those researches at the order of what is the top 10 or top 20 is a little bit different from each other. Sometimes a lot the same, but still each and every one of them are a bit different from each other as to, I guess, whose perspective is being given concerning what are the top 10, top 20 DAWs. And in my last search, for the very first time, I've seen Acoustica MIXCRAFT7. I go, let me check this out. Well, I checked it out, and they have a free 30-day trial. Now, they also got MixCraft Pro. MixCraft7, though, if you purchase it, is like $90. MixCraft Pro is $130, thereabouts. If you do a comparison of what they each have, the MixCraft7 has a long list, the MixCraft Pro has a long list, and the MixCraft7 has just about everything that the MixCraft Pro does, but not quite, for $40 less on the 7, But most everything that the Pro has, the MixCraft7 has, except for the 7 has isotope. And the other things that it had that MixCraft7 didn't, I was not really interested in. But for a $40 difference for the isotope, I think it's well worth it. But I had already purchased this. I did the 30-day free trial, went ahead and purchased this. And then, afterwards, I found out about the MixCraft Pro. But I like to keep it as simple as possible. Not too simple, but as simple as possible to a degree. Anyway, when I'm attempting to get familiar with something, and then having found out about the MixCraft Pro, and then seeing the difference in what it has, is not much, in my opinion, for a $40 difference, except for the isotope, which is worth it. However, I'm not going to go spend another $130 to get the MixCraft Pro besides, and then not use the $90 MixCraft7. To me, that just does not make sense. For the Isotope Pro, for the Isotope, Jesus, man, I was just looking at Isotope just not too long ago this evening, and like the producer, or what is it, bundle is like $400. And I mean, you can get it for less, like $100 something on up to $400. I think they have 3 different packages. So if you want to get MixCraft DAW, check out their MixCraft7. Do the free trial, because that's the only thing they'll give the free trial on it. They don't do it on the Pro, from what I understand. But try the MixCraft7, and if you like it, then I would advise go with the MixCraft Pro and get the Isotope with it. Now, I did also have a free trial of Isotope, but it's pretty complex. So, you know, a DAW is complex in and of itself alone as it is. So attempting to learn that, and then everything with it, and then the Isotope besides, I just kind of forwent, you know, the Isotope and said, I'm not going to even try to really use it right now. So regardless, I don't really need the Isotope right now, and if I do, either I'll go ahead and will get the MixCraft Pro with the Isotope, plus some other things I'll get with it. But I may not do that, or I can just go ahead and get the Isotope for $100 something or on up, depending, you know, on what kind of work I'm doing and what I'm producing. Now, let's see here. All right, so I decided to go ahead and bring up my MixCraft7, and I wanted to look at the plugins that it has. So let's check out Manage Plugins, and now it has a total in these categories, let's see, of actually effects and instruments. Okay, it has 26 effects and 15 instruments. It's a total of 41. Alrighty? So let's take a look at the instruments. And Acoustica Studio Drums, Messiah, Lounge Lizard Electric Piano. Let's see, a number of other things. So that's total 15, and then the effects 26. All right, so you have Acoustica or Classic. You have both. You can use either one or the other or both on your tracks. Okay, concerning the effects. I really do like the DAW though. My first impression from when I looked at it was, wow. You know, first of all, I think it's robust looking. You know, it's colorful. Just looks of good quality to me, you know. But I want it to be mostly, and I need it to be mostly, to be user friendly. Okay? I found it from the moment I first started using it and becoming familiar with it to a degree to be user friendly, and I was impressed with the, you know, the quality of the look of it. And yes, you can assign what colors you want these to be in effect. Let's bring that up right now. Let's take a look at the properties, and we'll take a look at the colors. We can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 different colors. That's the thing. So only 14 different colors. However, you know, I mean, how many instruments you're going to have, you know? So you'll have whatever instruments, like guitars. So how many guitars you're going to have in there? You're going to have 3 or 4 guitars. Then you can assign them that one of those 14 colors. And then what you do is you click on here where the track is at, or let's see here. Yep, right there. And you can name it as to what guitar it is, right? And then it's going to show up right there. I named these, okay, these are actually guitar tracks, and it shows here in the bottom of each fader what each one of those tracks are that you named up here. So I also, went to my library here, and I wanted to check out, I wanted to look for drums, since I've seen the Acoustica Studio drum kit in there. And I've looked at this already before anyway, prior to that. Well, let's say, if you go to loops, loops, and then instruments, right here. You know, a lot of this stuff takes some investigating and some exploring. That is a great deal about learning, right? And let's see, we'll go to drums right here. 1,490 different, things of drums, okay? So that's one thing. Let's go to, this is what I did. That's what, these tracks here are guitars. I actually went here to guitars. You got lots of different types of guitars here. But in this case, I went to acoustic guitars. Now, can you imagine guitar, 661 different riffs here to choose from. I'm like, and then I'm going to have to look for acoustic on here on top of, but if I do that, here's one. It's only going to play one. So it does have a very distinct category of acoustic guitar. There it is. And of all these, I checked them all out, and I found that I only really cared for 3 of them. So the ones I looked at, let's see, was the HJ acoustic guitar phrase A, I believe, and then the country, the acoustic guitar in the country rock, and the acoustic guitar in the country rock. Okay, so country rock 2 and country rock. And so those 3 actually are up here. Okay, let's go back to the mixer. I went ahead, you know what, before I even do that, let's go back here. So what you do, so let's say you want to create a track, okay? So I'm going to hit Control G, and that'll create another track. I found out some shortcuts here. So you want to click on that track, okay? So you're kind of assigning it, see? And then you want to go ahead and any one of these you want to add, okay, so let's see. I like it. So now I hit plus, and it adds it onto that track, okay? Now, I already have that, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And how I do that, Control-Shift-T, all right? And that deletes it. Now, the other thing is, now I have it. Okay, so I'm going to go solo this here, okay? And let's check this out. Bring it back. So with that, I heard something. So I accompanied this with my guitar. I pulled out my guitar, and here we have it, okay? One of my guitars. And so I accompanied it, all right, for a sample. Give it a try. I'm not going to play it now, but let's see here. Went ahead and joined it, and here's what I got. Here's me right there. That's me. There it is, both. Okay, that's my take on it. So, okay, that's that on that note. And now, let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's go back to the mixer and go back and play that just a little bit more. And let's watch the mixer. All right, so now I put effects on my guitar, and that's what these are. So let's say it was too low, so I added some compression, some EQ. Okay, those are essentials for mixing. And let's say I want to add another effect. Okay, so see this right here is select an effect. So as you can see, I have a list of Acoustica effects or classic effects. So if I want to add, let's say, a classic compressor as well as the Acoustica compressor, which I'm not going to do, but let's take a look at that. Okay, that's what that looks like. Alrighty. Now we can also change that vocal to whatever else we want, to something else here. Okay, so let's not do that. But then watch this. Let's go ahead and X that out. Go ahead back to the broadcast multiband compressor. Let's take a look at that by hitting edit, and that's how that looks. Alrighty. Now let's take a look. Let's take that off. Now let's take a look at the Acoustica compressor, and that's how that looks. Right? Once again, the let's see, broadband compressor, and once again the, let's see here, classic compressor, and let's take a look at that. So 3 different types of compressors, 3 different looking compressors, and you've got your threshold, your ratio, knee attack, release, and level. Okay, gain level right there on this one. That's basically what it should be. Same thing here. Okay, threshold, ratio, attack, release, output, gain, and then once again you got these. So you can adjust these here, ratio, gain, etc. Threshold here is up top, and it has pre-gain and whatnot. So anyway, that broadcast multiband, I do not prefer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick with what I got here already, and there's the Acoustica compressor. And let's take a look at the EQ now. So now the EQs are different. There's an EQ there. You can add the let's see, classic EQ, and there you go. And then I don't care for that one too much. And then what else we got? We got another equalizer here. I've got let's see here, Pultronic EQ. Let's take a look at that. Okay, this thing wants to give me a hard time now. Okay, so there you go. On that note, I actually downloaded separately Voxengo EQ. All right, here's what I downloaded. It was the Voxengo Curve EQ, and it has high pass filter, mid boost, high and low. Let's put high pass filter, as you can see. There you go. Has that going on. I'm not going to use that, but with the Voxengo Curve EQ, it comes with the spectrum analyzer, I believe, and let's see, also the amp simulator. Okay. Well, as you can see, this can be very complex. There's a lot of stuff, but we're not going to add all these things because it would just muddy it up, right? And bog it down. So make a choice as to which particular effect you want to use. I don't see myself using more than one type of EQ, other than possibly depending, the conditions, whatever. could use two. Like I could use the curve EQ. I find that interesting. I just want something that looks more where I can actually adjust things, you know, like this, you know what I'm saying? Like that on the spectrum. I like the idea of being able to shape it. So we've got Acoustica EQ, Classic EQ, Curve EQ. Let's see the EQ equalizer, okay? Let's take a look at that. See, that doesn't even look right. That looks more like, you know, how you can do like stereo or whatever, right? Or reverb. Okay, but that's not reverb, it's EQ. Let's see what other type of EQ we got here. Plutonic, okay, Poltronic tube EQ. And let's take a look at that. It's going to come up here. There we go. Ah, there it is. Now, I really prefer something of this nature right here, the curve EQ. I want to be able to kind of shape my, you know, whatever, you know, points here. You could actually put some in, you know, and whatnot. Now, let's go ahead and go back here. Acoustic EQ course. I actually put course on my next one, as well as the compressor and the EQ, all three Acoustica. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this track is going to be the guitar track that I took from the library. This is my track that I accompanied with. This is the track that, well, the next guitar track, and I actually added an effect into theirs, and then this is mine once again, and then the third track, that guitar track that I added from theirs, was this one right here on track number 5, and I didn't add an accompanying track with that yet. So I have one guitar track of theirs, two guitar tracks of theirs, 3 guitar tracks of theirs, and then accompaniment for each one of these. Okay, and I'm still working on that accompaniment here. So let's go now to, let's see here, to these. All right, you could actually do it down here too as well, you know. But let's go, and now before I even go there, it's going to solo track number 3, which is theirs. Okay, and here we go. Okay, so now let's see what I added to it. A little off, okay. Well, it is a, you know, it's a practice run. It's a trial, you know. It's like something I heard, and I thought I'd go ahead and give it a whirl on the idea. Now I am off on the timing of that, I can see, but that's okay. That could always be redone, corrected, whatever. But this is just a well, hopefully a diamond in the rough. You know, if nothing else, I'm getting some work done on my music, to some degree, some practice and working with my MixCraft or not, whether I use these ideas or not. And it's always good to have that, you know, inspiration and get back to playing the guitar and thinking, wow, I actually can play the guitar a little bit, and I do remember how, you know. So the other one, you know, I mean, they got some really good guitar players on here themselves. So yeah, you know, try to match what they do, and working with these tracks will help, you know, develop the skill that we need, right? So anyway, okay, let's do this. Okay, this is cool. Now that sounds familiar, right? Dun 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 dun. There's a song that has that in there, but this is called Be Diddly. Anyway, now, all right, all right, that'll work, right? We've got about another minute and a half to be able to record this particular one. As you can see, I use Bandicam, and yes, I'm still using the free software that they offer, and you can do 10-minute videos. So, you know, the screen recordings. Okay, if there's anything else I need to say, I need to sum it up within a minute. Well, I just want to thank you for viewing my channel. Oh, I know what I want to say. Here, check this out, guys. Okay, I want to show you this real quick. Remember, I got to do this very quickly. Okay, so number one. Okay, I'm going to have to adjust this. Okay, let's bring this down. All right, so now MIXCRAFT7 University, on their website, they have video tutorials that you can learn how to use this software. The next one is they have a YouTube channel, and I would advise you check out GMAC Productions. I only know of one woman audio engineer online, and that's her. Check her out. She's really good with MixCraft, and she's does a great job. This is Top Cat Jimmy. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you. See you next time.